from the point of view of the UNFPA, what challenges you think the population and development poses, or what are some of the things that might have perhaps arise during the last 20 years?
There's a good news story, and then there's an unfinished business story. The good news story is that Africa has come an awful long way. Maternal mortality has fallen by 41%. Women and men are increasingly seeing their human rights being respected in terms of their ability to make choices about family size, spacing, their contraceptive needs. Family planning is being honoured and is made available through better services, etc., throughout Africa. So there is a positive story. The unmet or the unfinished business story is also about 162,000 women still dying every year. 62,000 of them dying where their death could have been prevented if their contraceptive needs were met. There are young girls that are being married against their will, under 18. Young girls are getting pregnant against their will. That's still part of the African story, and also part of the global story in many ways. But so it's an optimistic overall story of a lot of progress, and still a story about things we have to meet.
You started off with talking about the good story. One of the good story, obviously, is the economic improvement on the continent. But that also means that in an African context, the families will get larger because there's more money and more opportunities for people to earn a living.
Many families choose to have more children because they feel economically insecure, and that they feel that their future is dependent on having a large family. Now, for us, the issue of families and children is a question of individual choice. It's not a question that the state or the international community should be controlling. The reason why we feel like that is that the only empirical evidence that exists in the world for how to address the issue of population and development is by giving the individual the information and the right to choose. Anything else leads to harmful practices, coercion, in some cases very, very bad practices like forced sterilization or lack of access to various human rights. So basically, the Cairo conference, that was where the breakthrough came, that the focus should be on the individual and the individual choice. And when we are conducting the review now, what we're seeing is that more and more governments are giving the individual that choice, and we are encouraging that to continue.